Hello my loves, welcome to today's reading. So today's reading is all about your October predictions 2021. Yay! We're gonna have a look into your love life, career, and a general theme. And for today's reading we have 3 groups to choose from and 3 crystals. Now if you're new to this channel or to this concept of pick a card readings, the way it works is that you have a couple of piles, a couple of groups, a couple of items, crystals to choose from, and then just try and feel which group, pile, crystal attracts your attention the most. It can be that you feel that your eye is drawn more to one pile than the rest, or there's a tingling sensation somewhere in your gut or in your chest when you look at one pile compared to the rest of them. Or it can be that you can also put your hand on top of the screen or your finger, depends on the size of the screen, and see if you feel a tingling sensation in your hand or in your finger after like holding it on top of one of those piles. Whatever works for you, as long as you feel pulled towards one of the piles. But yeah, that's not kinda it. Once you're done choosing your pile, you can scroll down to the comment section below or to the description box, and you can choose the timestamp that corresponds to the pile that you chose. By clicking that, you're going to be redirected to the reading of the specific crystal and group that you chose and watch all about your October predictions 2021. Yay! Now we're good with introductions with the general themes. Okay, now let's see what piles we have. We have group number 1 with rose quartz. We have group number 2 with rainbow fluorite. We have group number 3 with amethyst. And I'm so used to saying group number 4 that I kind of didn't... We only have 3 groups. That's kind of it. So feel free to choose whichever pulls your attention the most. And yeah, until then, I'll be starting with group number 1. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the rose quartz here, the first group, then this is your reading about your October predictions and what is to be expected on that month. I'm just going to put your crystal on the side alongside with all the little ones here. And yeah, we're shuffling camera today. We're going to have a look first into your overall theme, then into your career, and then into your love life. We might be spontaneous also, might be that I will add cards randomly, also extra messages. We'll see how this goes. Depends on if I feel like there are any messages that I want to come across to you with. Alright, that's been said, let's get started. So, think of your month, relax, take a treat, and let's get started. So, group number 1, your monthly progress in October. Overall progress. Would you look at that? Okay, right away, we're just gonna go one by one. So right away I can see that in the month of October, first of all, your practical security, your monetary situation, or I'm gonna give a couple scenarios, but the point is, anything that has to do with your material well-being is doing really good. It's very stable in October. So let's say you were moving houses or you were trying to find a new place. This is settled and it's settled really well and secure in October. Let's say you were trying to figure things out with your career, or there was some troubles before in the previous months. This seems to be doing really well and securely and stable, and you have like all the resources that you need in October. And, in that kind of, we're looking at that kind of area. So everything that has to do with your practical material well-being is doing really good. But the funny thing is here, that also your, so we had the High Priestess, right? And the King of Pentacles. So the High Priestess makes me think about your inner self-progress. Because it mainly associates to me with intuition, balance, kind of being, it also can talk about being decisive, like being calm about a choice that you made. Like basically a calm state of mind and knowing that you're in a good spot right now. So basically your mind and your physical kind of like body and material well-being around you, I see it being in overall really, really good. So maybe there were some things that was stressing you out the previous months. Maybe there were some insecurities here and there in your physical well-being. Well, those things get improved in October. In fact, maybe they got improved way earlier. And then we see in October that it's settled. So your material well-being is settled. I see you having like the kind of being in a way prosperous to the extent that it's allowed to be in October, basically. I see that all the material well-being that you need at that point of time, if you want to increase your money and you felt that you were limited in that area, I feel like this is not going to be the case in October. You're going to have the resources that you need in October and you're going to be able to feel secure. For a lot of you, it could be something that was job related. So it could be that you're finally feeling secure in terms of your career and your monetary situation, and that where also the peace of mind comes from, like your peacefulness here comes from, because the High Priestess makes me think about peacefulness, about, yeah, as we talked before with you, more about like, it's kind of when you made the choice, you can separate, you know, black from white, and kind of like, you know what you want, you feel secure at this point of time, and October feels like a very secure month for you, both mentally and physically. You feel a balance, and with your physical well-being around you, and with yourself as well. That's great. Okay, let's get you, I'm gonna get you, I guess, this deck here. Let me shuffle you an overall main theme here. This is the Oracle of Mystical Moments, one that I really adore, but I don't use that often. So, new directions. Okay, on the back we have the Liberty and Tiny Triumphs. So yeah, it looks like you're releasing some stress, negativity, perhaps some insecurity that you had before. And you feel like you're getting more secure and stable. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with your material well-being around you. It could be that you're studying your education, you stopped like moving around, you found your place to stay. If you were changing homes, for instance. It could be that you're settled with your job and your finances. So whatever that physical triumph feels to you and resonates to you in this video, this looks like it's going to be very secure, and it's going to give you peacefulness in terms of your mindset and your overall inner well-being. So yeah, the new direction can indicate that there was some changes made in the previous month, and you're finally moving towards something new and great and secure. That's important to mention. It is secure in a good way, in a good sense, because sometimes security might look a bit boring in some readings. Not in ours. It looks good. So yeah, Liberty makes me think about peacefulness of mind too, like with this doll here, with this, with kind of like this very relaxing picture here. It makes me think like her mindset is like peaceful and calm. And then we have the 10 Triumphs, obviously, again, once again, like about something that you worked on, and it feels like in October it gets like a secure ground, and you feel very, very peaceful in a good way, and very secure, and you have the material well-being that you need around you. That's really, really good. Okay, the new directions is a pretty obvious message. It talks to us about whatever this material most likely well-being has to do with, because I think your inner calm state comes from there. But you know what? We're going to look more into the career, and then we're going to see about it. But first, let's see the overall theme again. What else can we... Oh, this one. Okay, yes. Remember, with the Liberty, some sort of hard cycle is over. So you're stepping into a better stage of your life. And I feel like this was something that you worked on before. And Capricorn also associates me with hard work sometimes, and it could be other work environments. It could be literally with your work, something with finances, work. It could be also education. It could be also like physical home moving, something with your home. Take it as resonates. In the back we have the meditate and contemplate, okay, and surrender to divine. So yeah, the completeness, the fullness. You feel like physically and mentally complete and at peace, and you have like this peaceful mindset, because you finally can calm down about an issue that was bothering you before, and you're able to let go of the worries because you find a new sense of security, a new direction, a new sense of security. Okay, let's move to the next. So now we're gonna have a look into your career. Obviously, I think this is, yeah, let's look at the career, because I feel like we're gonna be able to see way more right now about your career. Okay. Or maybe that's not career. Let's see. Sometimes when you shuffle cards, you have a lot of thoughts in the back. If you're doing tarot, my advice to you guys, focus on one thought and try to just stay with that thought. I was thinking about whether I should do love or I should do career now. And from what I see, I think we have connections in love here. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna skip the career in the end. So we have the World and we have the King of Wands. Okay, let's see. So it was my mistake. I was a little bit chaotic with my thinking, but I assume this has to do with something with your love. Now, I don't think it has specifically to do only with romantic love. I think it has to do with your connections. So I think you're going to meet new people that understand you really well in October. because when we have first of all the Two of Cups, and then we have the Six of Cups. Now this talks about emotions. So we're looking into your love life. So this makes me think about the soul bonding connection. Doesn't have to be with a lover, it can be, but it for a lot of you, I think it also connection generally with somebody who understands you really well. It could be also a group of people, and it kind of feel like for some of you it replaces your old circle. For others, it could mean that it comes from your old friendships that you kind of were detached from. But the first message, the strongest one that I was getting, is that you're gonna get new connections, people that understand you really, really well and on a soul level, and you're gonna be able to. There's a lot of moving into new direction, both in general here, like we see like a new theme of ending something and moving into a complete and stable, secure direction. And then we also have new connections. I see you having really, really bonding and really, really dear to the soul, basically, connections. And for a lot of you, it could be that they replace older connections, so you will probably hang out with these people more. For others of you, it could indicate a lover coming in. So we're gonna add more cards later and see more, but for now, you're gonna get a soulmate connection, or a soulmates connection. It could be a group. And for a minority of you, it could come from your childhood connections, maybe you reunite. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it is kind of the opposite message, that it replaces your older connections, and you find people who understand you better on a much better mental and soul level. Yeah, let me add you more cards since we're on the love. We're gonna get with these. Let's see, your love life in October. New life. Okay, yes, this is definitely new connections, guys. On the back we have go to distance. This talks about long-term stuff. So these people are there to stay. Whatever you built over the previous months, it finally gets secure ground in October, and it moves you forward, and it's there to stay. On the back we have a change in the wind. Okay, a change in the wind that is there to stay. See, guys? And also, since we're talking about social circles, we have number 3. It talks about your social connections. So your social connections, you probably get new people, most likely in October. Probably could be with your new kind of sense of direction that you got here, that's your new security. So it could be from your work environment, it could be from your new homes if you move to a new neighborhood or a new country. It could be from your, what else did we talk about? Work, education, from those areas, something really material. So it could be that you meet people from there, but your mindset in overall in October is very peaceful, and you're finally able to feel complete, and you feel that you don't lack. You feel much more, let's call it like you feel much more secure than the previous months. And new people, new things come into your life, and they're there to stay for a long term. Okay, nothing more to say. We have the new life. You can see, guys, here that also, ironically, if you add 3 and 9, it makes into 12, and that makes it into 3. So again, social connections. You're getting a new circle. Let's see, love life in October. Okay, now this talks about something hidden. If it's hidden, it means that first it comes out underneath the Six of Cups. So it could be that your connections, the older ones, are gonna, go in the background. You're not gonna spend that much time with them, so they're gonna be a little bit in this goddess of the moon, kind of like in this mystery hidden part. You're basically not gonna shine that much of your attention on the older circle. Another message that I was getting, and it was the first one I was getting, is that your new connections, you don't know those people yet. You will meet them. So the moon in general talks about mystery, something hidden in my readings. So it feels like your new connection is something new that comes from environment, most likely, as we talked before, like something that has to do with this new security of yours, new direction. And they're there to stay, and they are most likely people you don't know yet. On the back we have the woman holding a coin and the action. So this is a confirmation, because we're looking into your love life here, that you're gonna meet those people at your work. So this action of meeting them is gonna happen through your through this security. So your material security, it could be work, it could be moving your homes, whatever material security you're moving towards doing in this, or you're settling in the month of October. Oof, my throat getting a little bit dry, but it's okay. All right, in terms of your romantic life, it could also, guys, refer to romantic partners too. Just moving away from older attachments to older lovers and kind of attracting the new ones too. So it's an extra message, because here we have just in general, love connection, as in like very dear to your soul, very dear to your being connections. But this could also talk about romantic love too. So take it as it resonates. All right, now we're on the, my throat is really getting dry. Sorry guys. Now we're gonna look into your third row, third column, gosh. Okay, now we're gonna look into your career right away. Okay, and one more about your career. Ooh, nice. On the back, oh wow, on the back we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. Now, these basically are the same images in my perception of how I'm reading the message right now. So, what are we looking at here? We have the, let me just move this aside. We have the 6 of Swords, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now, the 9 of Pentacles makes me think about abundance. When you have like available resources to you, when you can kind of live and enjoy the well-being and blessings, the material blessings that are given to you. So definitely in October, you're receiving material blessings. You're feeling the security and you enjoy this abundant life, whatever that means in terms of physical, material well-being and stability. This makes me think about something hard that you went through before and then goes to the past. The 6 of Swords, sometimes in my readings can talk about like moving away from things that stressed you out before, and it's a mental energy because it's the energy of the sword. So thoughts, negative thinking patterns, maybe worries, most likely worries, guys, that you had over this material kind of security that you settle in October. Those worries are going away and you're stepping into a very comfortable and very abundant and a very materially secure and well-being season. So yeah, the same message on the back with a clarification here. The 10 of Pentacles kind of complements here. You see, this is like a really nice, like it makes me think about the completeness and about the full moon cycle that we had on the back of the deck here when we were looking into your general theme. And this makes me think about, again, the tough times and the tough struggles that you went through before. Maybe there were some unsuccessful projects or things that didn't work out the way you wanted, or simply you were just worried where all this is going. And you see, this is going really well. It gets settled really well. And whatever direction you chose to go to, whatever material well-being around you, whether it's education, once again, profession, career, money, moving houses perhaps, or locations, all of those things kind of settle a secure ground in October and gives you this abundant feeling, this feeling of security, peacefulness of mind, and all the worries you see, they're staying in the past. They're staying in the past, and they get covered up with this new chapter of your life, this new secure chapter that I do feel like you worked and wanted this chapter for a while. Maybe you manifested it, most likely you actually did, and you also worked on this hard. So finally you get like new connections, new security that gives you peacefulness of mind. And I keep repeating myself as a broken record, but I just want to get this energy of like really overall great achievement and security across to you guys. Okay, I'll get you 2 more cards for these ones and see what else can we see in your career. So I'm just trying to focus my thoughts because again I have a mess in my head right now. A lot of messages. But okay, your career in the month of October. This one. Coming to life. New life coming to life. Great. On the back we have education. So for a lot of you, it could be education that you're starting. Or you just start a new job where you have to learn new things. Could be also that. Or you learn a new skill, or you start a new hobby. That could be a part of your overall material well-being in that month. On the back we have compass. Okay. Yes, a new direction. A new direction. Again, the same message. We have repeated from the spirit messages, repeat the same, the same idea here for you guys. So, coming to life. Whatever, once again, project, broken record mode, but whatever project you worked on before, it gets realized, it gets better, it gets secure, and you finally see the prosperity and abundance and security of that in the month of October. Maybe even earlier, but I do feel like you're finally able to like live this in this abundance, in this wonderful energy and material well-being in the month of October. Okay, let me get you one more card, and that will be actually it, I think, for our reading. Because we so far have a lot of repeated messages, and I do feel like right now we're gonna get a repeated message again. Okay, so October, your career, my loves. This one right away. I didn't even need that much time. Transformation, yes. Your life is getting transformed, my loves. Your life is getting transformed. It gets changed, as you can see here. On the back, we have the standstill, and then we have the success. So yes, standstill in this case, with the success, makes me think about security, stability. Remember, we also looked here about your connection. This is here to stay. This is here to be. And it's something that you're going to feel so abundant in every possible way of perceiving this word. You're going to feel abundant in terms of your connections. They're going to be the ones that understand you well. You're going to feel abundant in terms of your security, and that will give you peacefulness of mind. And yeah, wow, it's a really good month for you guys. It's a very complete month, like the full moon that we had on the back here. It's a very complete for you month. And yeah, I mean, repeated messages again, success, where that is there to stay. And transformation, as we have the new life, new direction, coming to life, and then transformation. Wow, this is a great month for you guys. Like, I'm really excited. It's a really nice energy, so I'm being very hyper here, but okay, let's have a look here. Get inspired by your amazing October. And that will be it. Yes, that would be it. I think this is all the messages I get for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also, you can feel free to share your excitement, because I am feeling very hyper and excited about these messages here. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. I hope to see you in my next videos, and also make sure to subscribe and like if you haven't done so. It really helps my channel, and it really motivates me to create more content. But until then, I'll be seeing you in my next videos, and have a great day. Bye! Hello, number 2. If you chose the rainbow fluorite here, then this is your reading about your October resolution and what happens in October in general, in your love life and in your career. This is how we're gonna look at it. So, we're gonna be shuffling camera, get cozy. I'm not quite sure how long it will take. I'm just gonna go with the flow because I wanna get across all the messages that I can see for you. But yeah, just get cozy and let's get started. So first, we're gonna look into your general theme. So let's see. Oof, that was fast. Okay. And then general theme, one more card as clarification of what this just jumps here. Okay. On the back we have the Strength and the Two of Swords. Okay, I do right away see something about releasing and changing. So you decide to release something in October. Group number 2s. You decide to release something, you decide to let go of something, and this decisiveness is gonna make things much better for you, because we have the Strength on the back and we have the, so maybe it's something that you couldn't make your mind about, a decision that you thought about but you couldn't make your mind about. And then I see you in October making the decision to making a really, it might seem to the outside world that this decision is very abrupt. It's very like radical. It's very it is a strong decision, whatever that refers to, and we're gonna have a look into it in a bit. It is a strong decision, but I do see that around people might think it's abrupt, but you have to be thinking about this. I think this has been kind of confusing and clouding your mind for a while, like whether you should do this or that. You were like thinking about this, and you finally get the strength and determination to make that choice. So this general theme here that we're looking at the moment about you, about your month, depends massively on you. So there is a decision that you're going to be really brave to make in October, a really, really strong decision. And whether it has to do with your love life or with your career, we're going to have a look into it in a bit. But I'm just going to add you more cards to this general theme here and see what else can we see. This could refer to a lot of things, but as it popped in the general theme, it can be the strongest theme basically of your month. So Tiny Triumphs, okay. And My Dear Friend. In the back we have the Observer and All is Connected. Oh, actually for some reason I got you 2 cards. Okay, then we're just gonna go with that. I don't know why I got you 2 cards, it was supposed to be 1. Okay, so yes, there's a situation you have been observing for a while, and it's kind of like one thing led to another, you know? I think this is a situation that you've been into for a while. Now, what this could be, because we don't have much of a hint, it just tells us that you were thinking about this and you made the decision. The choice here is quite massive, actually. Maybe you make a decision, I don't know, maybe you make a decision to move to a new place. Maybe you make a decision to, it could be also about ending something. But here we have tiny triumphs. So tiny triumphs, I think it refers to your mental state, that you're finally able to find the strength to get to this decision. You finally have the strength, finally have the power to make this decision. I think it has been clouding your mind, or it has been on your mind for quite a bit. Now, the dear friend, and I'm really wondering why it was pulled. I was just automatic reaction. I just pulled to take your second card, and I don't know why. But my dear friend. Okay, so here what I'm seeing. This can be talking about kind of filtering through your connections. Or it could be that you're gonna have friends that are with you on that time that you're doing these changes. I think it both depends on you guys. It's an independent, it's an individual situation here, but I do feel like when you've been making this choice, you might have thought before that perhaps this choice will kind of like be judged upon. It's just gonna surprise the people around you, basically. This choice is just gonna surprise people around you. But you will get the support, because the people who support you and love you, they will stay there to be there for you. I make it into a big choice. It could be something even minor, but I do feel like it feels big because you have been thinking about this. You know, when we think constantly about one thought, but making something, like even the smallest thing, it becomes a big thing because it requires a lot of courage. If we need to gather a lot of courage, it already automatically becomes a big thing. Okay, too much rambling on this one. Let me get you one more card so that we can see a bit more clearly. What can we see about the general theme of this month for you? Some big decision, huh? Okay, I'm gonna get you two cards. I don't know why I'm pulled. Okay, Believe in the Impossible. On the back we have the Expert Powerful Changes, and you're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, so yes, you're letting go of something. You're definitely letting go of something, and you will be receiving. So the 10 triumphs, again, makes me think about that you're going to feel good about this choice. And maybe you were fearing how this is going to be perceived around you. You're going to have support in this moment when you're going to be making this choice. And this is going to be time for healing and time for new things to come through. So I think you're taking a risk here to do something for the best in your life, whatever that risk involves. It might be with your career, it might be with your love life, it could be with your connections too. Your connections are directly involved here too, because we have a support. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna even put you all those cards in the camera? Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. We're gonna refer to it a bit later, and maybe I'm gonna spread them a little bit around in a better position. Okay, let me have a look into your career. Actually, first we're gonna have a look into your career and see what we can see in the month of October. Okay, we're gonna go with what Spirit wants. In the previous group, the second row, the second column actually, was romance and love. So here we have again romance and love, because we have tons of cups energy and we have the lovers. Yes, we're looking at romance. So we have the lovers. Again, you have a lot of cards. Whew. Okay, these two came together. So you have the lovers, you have the 10 of swords, and you have the Knight of Cups. On the back of the deck, you have the Page of Cups and you have the Queen of Wands. All right, so here's what I can see for you. I think once you let go of something, because this makes me think about letting go of something, there's a lot of messages. It could be that a couple of you guys chose this pile. So in terms of your romantic life, I think that somebody's gonna confess their feelings to you. Somebody's gonna come across the feelings, or somebody's gonna show the support in the moment when you need it the most. So when you make this decision here, and you make a decision perhaps to end something or change something, there's going to be a person, maybe it refers also to a group of people that are going to support you in that moment. You're not going to be alone. We also had the dear friend here, and we have the Knight of Cups here. You're going to be supported at that moment, so you won't have to go through it alone, and you won't be judged upon whatever the decision is. The lovers makes me think about a really bonded connection, but also could be that your current partner, if you're in a relationship, or a partner I want to be, is going to appear in that period when you're making this change, and they're going to be there to support you. So there might be a little bit of spark in there, because we had the Queen of Wands. Can talk about the Wands energy generally associates to me with passion, and we have Wands and again the Page of Cups. Somebody has feelings for you. So take it as it resonates. You can talk about your friendships. So a friend or a group of friends are going to be supporting you during this time when you leave something behind and step into something new when you take this risk. It also can be that you're a lover that you have right now, or the lover that you might meet through the situation. They're going to be very supportive throughout October in the decision that you're going to be making. But I see you getting much easier. Like there's so much tension before, there's so much tension and so much, not even fear, but kind of like, what ifs. So much thinking before this is made. And then afterwards, I can see this relief. I can see that kind of like your worst fears didn't really happen. Maybe you really thought that this will affect people around you, that they will look at you in a negative way, but they actually are there to support you. And this is a healing period, and a period that, things that you thought and worried about, they kind of happen, and you feel like this belief in the impossible is kind of like things that you thought the worst case scenarios actually didn't happen. Oof, okay, let me get you one more card, see a little bit more about your love life. So what is going to be happening in your October in your love life? I had one and I lost it. Okay. Yep, come back. Okay, yes, something was in your mind. Something definitely was in your mind. On the back we have the loyal hearts. Somebody's very, like, this makes me think about the lovers again. Somebody is very supportive. They're gonna stay there. Loyal heart makes me think that no matter what choice you make, they're gonna be there for you. And the young, new beginnings. This always makes me think about new beginnings, the ignition of something. But this talks about your worries before you make the choice. There is something that you want to end. There's something that or maybe to start. But this includes leaving something behind, because we have the Tower and we have the Ten of Swords here. Oops. And then, yeah, there was something that was on your mind that you couldn't make your mind about. But you're gonna be supported through this time. You're gonna be supported through the time that you make this decision. I'm not quite sure what it has to do with. Once we see the career, I'll be able to tell you, go back to this and tell you for sure. It's a massively impacting your life decision, because you've been thinking about this. This is the way it's massively. You've been very concentrated on it for a long time. Okay, your love life. Oh, this one. Interesting. Okay. Storm warning again with the, yeah, it's a lot of worries. So okay, maybe maybe your choice that you're making has to do with something within your relationship for some of you, because this too kind of associated to me with the worry that you experience before you make the decision, the healing process, before things get better. For others of you, I do think it is about ending connections. Yeah, about ending connections. But once again, you're going to be still supported. Your friends, your family, your loved ones, it's going to be supportive of this, no matter what. And then we have Lord Spirit. Yeah, about releasing something. Look at this card. We have it all tied up. The situation made you feel like limited, like you couldn't escape from it, or you didn't know a way out from this. All it required was a little bit of courage. And then the Lord Spirit makes me think about like relief, like release. It's a nice contrast here. So yeah, it could be referring, my loves, to your romantic life. Something that you let go and something new that steps into your life. A choice that you make to let something go. Something that you've been thinking about for quite a bit. Let's look into your career. I'm going very intuitive with your reading, so I might actually go back and give you a couple more cards here to see more clarity. So let's see about your career. Your career in October. This one. Ooh, nice. And your career in October. One more. Oh wow, this just literally jumped in. And oh my goodness, these are such a good cards to get. But first things first. Oh, okay. I'll explain in a second. So we have the Judgment and we have the Magician. So there's some sort of new start happening. Something that perhaps okay. So I think, yes, this impacts your connections and your career. It's an overall, after all, message that we had here. So you're changing something in your career. You're making new big changes in your career. Perhaps it could be that you're rejuvenating something that you left behind before, something that you you didn't pursue, but maybe you had an interest, you know, kind of like the situation where you had an interest before in something, but you didn't pursue it, and you were wondering if it's maybe too late, or should I do it, or should I go for it, and what people would think about it, and a lot of those thoughts, a lot of this chaos inside your head, and then you just go for it. And the Magician makes me always think about just going for it, being brave, and making the most out of a situation. So it's kind of like magically it rejuvenates. The situation starts over, and it's never too late. So whatever this rejuvenation, this new beginning refers to, you'll be also supported in it. Even though you thought you wouldn't, you will be supported in it. Because I'm looking at these people here, and I feel like the support, for some reason I'm looking at the people, it was just my attention that got drawn to this. And I'm just looking at like the support. You will be supported. There's a lot of like relationship here. There's some sort of confusion here in the relationships. It could be that maybe you're thinking, once again, back to what we said, that maybe this choice will somehow mess up your connections or your love life, or you're worried about that. Maybe this is what the conflict will be created there, but there is still support coming, whether it's from your friends, your current lover, or your future lover that's going to come through this situation. But your connections are very supportive and bonded and beautiful. And yes, you start a new thing. Now, let's look at the back here. A little bit more about the situation. We have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Hierophant. So this makes me think about learning new things, about like exploring something, starting something that you left behind or didn't pursue, or thought of pursuing before but you didn't. And about learning, again, like starting and learning more about it, and kind of like the learning process, because this can talk about education, learning process within that new change. This talks about struggles most of the time. So something that you know, before, maybe you were rejecting that thought, maybe you were going against that, maybe somehow there's a rejuvenation in your career. For others, it could be that you're starting education. You start studying something that you wanted before. Maybe you pursued something that didn't serve you right, and then you finally get braver to make the decision, the tiny triumph, that healing, that healing that you receive from this choice, finally feeling relieved. So you are supported by friends and family in this choice, and you're able to do something that you thought it was impossible. So do not worry, whatever this was, and it is actually, because it's happening in October, you're gonna feel so happy about it. You're gonna feel so, it's gonna feel so you. It was gonna feel so true to yourself. And it required you to make a little bit of a decision here that is relying on you. It's a decision that has to be relied on you. Okay, I'm gonna get you 2 more cards to see what else can we see about your career. So what else can we see about career, group number 2s? Okay, wide open. On the back we have deep freeze. And then again, education. For a lot of you, it could be that you start studying something. It could be also self-progress. You start enhancing or acquiring a skill that you didn't have before. If it's career that you're pursuing, you start, speeding up and learning on it. If it's education, it is education, as this card says. So you start learning at the new educational place that you joined. But deep freeze talks to me about the before the situation, that it was not working, and then poof, all of a sudden you catch up to whatever you thought. Maybe you thought it was too late to do this. Maybe you thought it was too, whatever your negative thinking before that was, it kind of goes away because you're making the decision to pursue it. And whatever you feel like you missed, you will learn on it. So the wide open makes me think about the possibilities, about this new world and this release actually happening. You will feel very relieved with this choice because it was just so much on your mind. And the changes, this will bring a lot of changes into your life, and a new broad horizon and new perspectives. And I think you'll be able to catch up to this changes quite fast, because you'll be willing to learn how to adapt to them with this education, the Hierophant that we had. You'll be willing to catch up to it because you'll have personal interest in whatever this involves. Okay, now let me get you 1 more card, and that's actually going to be my last card for you today. But let's see, what can we see about your career? What else can we see about your career? Power. Power. On the back we have forgiveness and potential. So forgiveness, let me go to that. Whenever forgiveness cards come through my readings, it makes me think about something that links to your past. So I do think this is something that you thought of before and you just maybe didn't pursue it, or you dropped it, or whatever the case was. And the forgiveness can also talk about your inner reflection, that you kind of forgive yourself for perhaps misleading yourself, perhaps not to pursuing this, what you really serves you right and you really want to do earlier. But it's never too late, and there's potential, and you're going to catch up to it quite fast, and you will feel so empowered with this choice. It will feel very right. So this career, this career development in October feels very right to you. Now, it kind of feels like this is more than just October. It's definitely impacting more than October. But I guess a lot of situations that happen in October influence the long term of this future, and a lot of impact there is put in October to influence the situation. But yeah, wide open power, you're gonna feel like there's so many possibilities there. You're gonna feel so empowered. You're gonna feel so good once you make the choice. Like the after effect, this is just a temporary. I think mainly this choice was hard because of maybe expectations from your surrounding. Maybe you were afraid that people won't understand, or they will judge, or whatever the case was, or is. You're gonna be still supported, my loves. You're gonna be supported, and you're gonna feel very happy with this career choice here. Education, career, something that also, the magician also sometimes says to me with learning too, actually. I don't know why, but sometimes it was coming to readings as a card that reflected a learning potential. So yeah. Okay, that's it. I always end my readings really abruptly. That's kind of it. That's all I can see for you, my loves, for October. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. If you felt that you could see what this talks about. Also, feel free to suggest videos that you want to see in the future. I'll make sure and try to post more. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section below, once again, what you would like to see next or what resonated. Feel free to like and subscribe. That really helps the channel, really motivates me to create more content for you, quality content. And yeah, I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Have a blessed day. Bye. Hello, group number 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the amethyst stone here, that this is your reading about your October 2021 and what is to be expected in this month. We're going to have a look into your general theme, so all the general major changes, shifts, blessings happening. Then we're going to have a look into your, according to spirit, love life, and then to your career, because I wanted to do it the other way around, career and love life. But so far, spirit has a plan, so it was always giving Cups energy and all that emotion stuff afterwards. So that's how we're gonna go. All right. Today we're shuffling camera, so please get cozy, and we're gonna start. So first, let's look into your general theme for this month. Oh wow, your general theme starts strong. Okay, wait, this one. Okay, all right. On the back we have the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. It's kind of similar to the previous files. It's kind of like a summary of the 2 previous ones a little bit. But probably you're going to get, my loves, independent, individual messages too. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and we have the Star. Now, what this combination means. First of all, maybe you're Aquarius, maybe somebody in your family is Aquarius or in your circle that impacts your overall theme. This could be the case. This talks about Aquarius. Other than that, I do see that in the month of October, you're going to be very abundant, and there's going to be kind of like a promising future. This is what I'm getting, the phrase, a promising future. So you set ground to something, and in October, you kind of like receive the blessings, and there is like a potential for growth. So you're working on something, that excites you, that gives you hope and gives you like a bright future. You're also able to use your skills well, so that probably refers to career. And you're being very appreciated from your people around you. You're being very appreciated. Whatever like effort you put in that situation here that we're gonna talk a little bit more about in a bit. You're very appreciated, and you're recognized for you're credited for your work. You're recognized, credited for your effort and your work, and people recognize the work that you put into this. Now, the 10 of Pentacles can talk about material well-being, blessings, abundance in terms of your material well-being. This could be career, education. It could also refer to your general community, kind of like everything that surrounds you in the physical plane, kind of like your material, what makes your material well-being. It's going to be doing really well. You're going to feel like In fact, I feel progress here. I feel like, because it's next to star, I feel progress. I feel like there's gonna be, maybe there's gonna be even a promotion in the end of October or in the beginning of the next month afterwards. But you're gonna be like shining bright really well in your work environment. You're gonna be able to show your skills well and utilize them, and you're gonna be recognized for it. I can see people really noticing your effort here and really. So if you would like to ask for promotion, most likely there's a chance that in the end of the month you would get it. Yes, and there is like this pleasant energy here, but I feel progress here. I feel progress in career. It's not a stagnation, it's a progress in career or material well-being. For a lot of you, I think it refers to career here. Okay, let's get you one card from the Oracle of Mystical Moments and see what else can we see here. All right. In the back we have Change of Seasons and Moon Dance, and we have the main card, which is Lorelei. Now Lorelei is somebody, when this card comes through, and by the way, Change of Seasons can just talk about like progress in general in this case, and Moon Dance talks about kind of balancing a lot of things in your life, but doing it fabulously well. Anyways, Lorelei with number 4. I think you're stuck right now in a secure spot. So if you want to have a promotion or to escalate in your business in your environment, it is in your hands. This card, when it comes through, it talks that it is in your hands, basically. So you will be recognized. You will have all the material, like all the abundance and all the tools that you need. But if you want to escalate in that professional environment, for instance, it is in your hands to do so. It is in your hands, so you have to voice what you want. Of course, judge from the environment, judge how it looks like, the situation, but yes, it is in your hands for that security, because number 4, if you add 3 and 1, talks about security and sometimes stagnation of a season. So perhaps you want to escalate in your career, and I do feel like this is going to be happening. So I feel like this is also in your hands. You're going to be shining bright, like, you're going to be doing quite fabulously in your environment in October. And if you want to escalate more, like if you want to exceed the next level in terms of career, I kind of keep on thinking about career in this case, don't be afraid to voice it. Don't be afraid to voice it. Most likely in the end of the month, you're going to be having the possibility, like if you just voice it, it's in your hands to like progress in that environment. Speak up more, basically. Because also the star, since it refers to Aquarius, so Aquarius is a air sign and in general a very communicative sign. And very direct too, actually. Okay, let's see what else can we see about the main themes of your... Oh, okay. Talking about communications, we have the Gemini. Another sign of communication, really good one actually, the communication. And the answers you need are coming. So here's the thing, like if you felt that there was no progress, there's an element of security in your environment, in your financial environment, in your material environment, an element of security, but also an element of stagnation, as we talked with you about. And don't you worry, like your efforts will be noticed and the answers that you want are coming. So the feedback, the kind of like the reflection on what you're doing will happen. Just don't be afraid to voice it, because we have 2 air signs here hinting. Makes me think about communication. Just communicate your messages across really clear, with respect, but really clear. On the back we have your hard work is paying off. Yes, obviously, see? And don't let the pride get into your way. Okay, so pride or fear, whatever the case is, just speak up. If you want changes, work for those changes, but let people know, because sometimes people don't know. Not everyone can have a tarot deck and read and see what is happening. But yeah, your hard work is paying off. We are talking again about work environment, about your career. Capricorn associates to me with career. There's a new beginning. There's a promise for a new beginning, and I do think it has a potential to happen in the end of October and beginning of November. Important to mention though, please speak up and please just evaluate your environment. Don't be afraid to... Yeah, don't be afraid. Just basically, just evaluate the environment. You will be very appreciated what you do. Really appreciate it. Just like you'll be like the star. Yes. We talked a lot about career with you, didn't we? And we didn't really look into your romantic life, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's see about your love life, but I think your mind is gonna be so occupied with work. There's a lot of like work environment. There's a motivation here. There's an element of like wanting to succeed. Okay, oops. Yeah, and move. Sorry, this was like this dropped from this topic here, and move from a stagnation point. Okay, now let's look into your love life and see what we can see. Okay, there's a lot of balance in that month too. Oh, okay, on the back we have the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. That means, what that means, my loves? You're going to be jungling a lot at your work. You're going to be focused mainly on your work, but throughout this jungling here and there, you're going to be jungling also connections in your work environment. There is a very work-oriented atmosphere here because we had even the pentacle energies in your love life here. We don't have cups energy because I think your mindset is going to be very motivation and career oriented. So there is like not that much like of a romantic, emotional, but there's passion. So what does that mean? It makes me think that you might meet somebody, because this always talks to me like if we get these cards, this is about new passionate connections. This is about a new young lover, could be also the case. So you might meet somebody through your workspace, in that through contacts in your workplace, or through hanging out with your workplace, or doing projects together, or maybe you do a team hangout with your, whatever the case is, your work is involved in meeting somebody really interesting. So there is a potential for, I would say, spicy romantic connection. But it might even happen again in the end of the month. I feel like you're jungling a lot. I think you put a lot of effort in your workplace, especially in the beginning of the month, and you're juggling connections quite well. You're going to be able to do it quite well, and you're going to be able to meet a person, most likely romantic interest, like there's passion here, through your work environment. Now, I keep saying work and work, right? But it could be also your education. So everything that has kind of involved in your career, your future well-being, material well-being, it refers to that. Just to make things clear. Okay, let me get you one more card here. Okay, we have again the same thing. We have number 4 with the Y. You might have been thinking a lot about, I'm going to shuffle this back in, but this came, so I have to address it. You might be thinking a lot about why is there's no progress, perhaps. If you feel like there's a stagnation of a sort, because stagnation was such a strong thing, or maybe if you feel like, since it dropped here, you can be also talking about why can you find the right partner. And the answer for that is within yourself. You know it. Why? It could be that there is not enough, it was not the right time to meet this person. That's the case. With this why, you can also talk about your career. Why, basically, there is an element of questioning why something doesn't progress. It could talk about your career. Maybe you feel like you put a lot of effort in it, but this, I tell you, this is changing. There is a potential for, you'll shine bright this month in your career, and in the end of the month, you have the potential to escalate well in your career. Just be able to speak up, my loves. And here we have the why, which can also talk about romantic life. Like, why isn't there a partner, the right partner for you? I do feel like you have been thinking about this, but you haven't been putting that much effort into your romantic life, to be fair. It might be that you want it, but you haven't been putting that much because you have a lot to jungle at this point of time. Juggle? Anyways, let me know how it's the right word. I'm also going to look it up later and add it on the bottom. Anyways. Yeah, there's a lot that you're juggling right now. But let's get you an actual card for your romantic life. Let's see. Love life, actually, not just romantic life. Let's see your connections in October. Yes, you are meeting somebody new. A message in the bottle. You're meeting somebody new. Bite the book makes me think somewhere where you have to follow some rules, and there is like a structure, probably your workplace, and a leg up. Support. You're going to be also very supported. I feel like your work environment is going to be like it's going to be a really, really nice place for you to be in October. Like, your colleagues, I feel like they're going to be supportive if you work with colleagues. If you do your own thing, I feel like people around you are going to be supportive. But point is, I feel like you're meeting somebody. You're meeting somebody who's going to be very supportive of what you do. He or she or they might actually be, like, might have been observing you from the side, without you even knowing about it. They might have been looking at you for quite a bit now, and you might have been like the star in their eyes, you know, like this person that shines so bright that they want to get to know. And this might be a person from your work environment or your education somewhere professionally that might have been there watching you for a little bit, and then they reach out to you, most likely through what you do for profession, education, career, that kind of thing. Now, let's get you another message about your love life and see what else can we see. Oh, this one. Oh, see, I told you. Regardless of the gender of this person has been observing you for a bit. When this card comes through, it makes me think about somebody who watches you most likely through social media, because this always associates to me with the glass that you hold in your hand, and most phones that we hold in our hands right now are made out of glass. So this always associates to me with phones, social media, maybe like looking through a glass, but in general, it's just observing you from afar before reaching out to the message. It also makes me think about new beginnings, because we have the 4 and 6 mixed into 1, I mean into 10 and then into 1. It makes me think about new beginnings. That they think about making the move and start something new with you. Something new, I mean, maybe you don't even know this person. Oh, we have dogs in the back. Sorry for that, guys. Maybe that's an indication that we're going to be really loyal to you. Dogs are a really loyal animal. And actually, yeah, that might be the case, because we had the back of the previous deck, the leg up, so they're going to be a big support to you as well. On the back, we have caring connections and the thinking woman. So here's the interesting part. Thinking man and thinking woman, right? Ha! And a caring connection. Maybe you know this person, even. Maybe you noticed them, maybe you thought about them, but that's kind of it of a sort. Maybe, It could be for some of you that both of you actually think about one another. And then poof, a caring connection happens with the number 5. If you had 1 and 4, there's a change happening in the wind. They come forward, there's a message. The message can be literally, either way they message you literally, or it could be that it talks about kind of like metaphorical meaning of a message, as in like they just pop into your life with some sort of like they start showing interest of a sort, you know, some sort of fresh action in terms of their advances towards you. Yay. But yeah, this is definitely talking about romantic love here. While you will be busy with your work, juggling things around and wondering perhaps why you haven't met the person will appear. For a lot of you, I think this refers to singles. Now, I haven't mentioned any already existing couples, because I think this message is mainly for singles here. It's very single-oriented so far. We have a lot of new beginnings. Okay, so that's exciting. Let's move to your career. Your career in October, my loves. Group number 3. You're going to be very inspired by your career. You're going to be very passionate about what you do. You really might be the working type, the workaholic type. On the back, we have the 3 of Wands and then the Page of Swords. So yes, moving towards something new. There is an element of kind of moving forward, because this is kind of like moving forward or gazing in the past. It can also refer to not changing the situation, but kind of like moving forward in the same situation, or learning from past mistakes. It depends. But yeah, I can see that a promotion is actually possible. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles sometimes can talk about promotion. Also, the Ace of Pentacles can talk about promotion. But anyways, with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here in the combination, I see you being very devoted to your job, very devoted. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all the knights. So it's kind of like a slow progress, but it is a progress. So it is still happening, and it happens through your efforts, through your passion. People do appreciate you, and there is a chance. I don't see the promotion happening in the main part of the month. I keep the same promotion, but I think like because I feel the energy here of wanting to succeed in it, like, you know, elevate, like get to the next level. If it's education that we're talking about here, it's some sort of recognition. You will get this recognition in your workplace or education, but there is maybe something that you want from it, like to get the next level. Just don't be afraid to speak up. It will come to you, because we have the hint here. Once again, as a broken record, but most likely in the end of the month or the beginning of November. Yes. So let's see what else can we see about your career. Group number 3. Education. Okay. Could be that a lot of you, it could be that you're actually improving in what you do. It could be that it refers directly to your education, that this has to do with your education, or it could be that you're learning something new, you're improving in the workplace. And I think this is actually the case. Anyways, you do improve in your workplace and you shine more this month. It is also a hint that you might need to learn new skills because of a new job position. This is always about like getting to know something, learning about something. So you can talk literally progress in your education, that you're getting like better and better, succeeding in it, and getting like knowledge up. Or you can talk that you're learning, talk about that you're learning new skills, new skill set, upgrade yourself in a way in your workplace, which I think is the case in any way. So basically, it's like an intellectual upgrade here, like your input into your into learning something. On the back we have the bone collector, and then we have the listening. Bone collector and listening, huh? The bone collector makes me think about restarting something, or starting something that you've been waiting on, like collecting, then acting on it. It could be that you literally wait on a progress in that career or direction. Listening, have your ears open basically, and evaluate your environment. I do think the opportunity to escalate in your professional environment will come. Okay, let me get you one more card. Actually, this is going to be our last card for today. But don't be sad, we're going to have more videos. But hey, new beginnings. Nice. New beginnings. So education, new beginnings can talk about the fact that you will need, as I said before, in one of the variations of this interpretation, is that you will have to skill up for something that comes new. And this can talk about promotion. Promotion that was granted through a slow progress, but it's still granted. On the back we have change and focus. Okay, yes, your environment changes. So yes, towards the end of the month, I think. This is the end of the reading. I feel also like this talks about towards more so the second part, end of the month. You most likely will escalate in your career, but you will do really fabulously in your career this month, in your professional environment, basically, in your education. You will do really well. You're going to be very engaged. You're going to be very noticed, appreciated by people around you. You have to speak up and make clear that you would like to, escalate to somewhere. Communication is involved here. There's potential to meet somebody who has been observing you for a bit now. A little bit, long bit, depends on your situation, but and they make a move across. I think some of you might actually have been thinking about this person as well. So while you're jungling a little bit your your life balance with your work environment, professional environment, this person may appear through those connections. And this is mainly for single ones. And then, yes, new progress in terms of your new deserved progress that you're passionate about. There's something new to learn, and new progress in your professional environment, in your career. That might happen in the end of the month. So you're really passionate about your work. You're putting a lot of effort. You enjoy what you do. People see that. People appreciate that. And I see a potential for a rise, a promotion, a next level escalation with a new beginnings here, where you have to learn a new skill. This can also talk about starting an education, something you're really passionate about, something that you put a lot of effort in, or educating yourself in something. Again, something new that you don't know. It depends, but it can also talk about if you're a student, if you start studying right now. It can talk about the fact that you start focusing more, getting more engaged in October, and get starting something new in terms of what you learn and it can be about starting new education, basically. A lot of rambling here, but hopefully you're able to understand what I'm talking about here. I just want to make a small summary here, but that's kind of it. I don't see anything else for you, my loves. I mean, probably it's going to be tons of other things in between for you guys, your individual, but the overall general message for my group 3 is this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Feel free to suggest videos that you would like to watch. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and really motivates me to create more content for you, quality content. But yeah, I'll see you in my next video, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.